Madrid is a city full of life and culture that it's hard to do justice to it in a few paragraphs. Artistically, the city holds its own against any in Europe, with some of the best art museums on the continent where Renaissance masterworks and seminal 20th century pieces are waiting to captivate you. Welcome to ThingsToDo Channel. Today we're going to list 10 things to do in Madrid. Check out the Prado. Absolutely essential, the Prado is one of the best and most popular art museums in the world. There is an overwhelming collection of masterpieces by Renaissance and Baroque masters. Spain is represented by Velázquez and El Greco. The Low Countries by Rembrandt, Brueghel, Van Dyck, and Rubens, while Titian, Caravaggio, Botticelli, and Tintoretto form the Italian contingent. Of the many must-see works are Bosch's Garden of Earthly Delights and David with Head of Goliath by Caravaggio. Stroll around Retiro Park. Madrid's green heart and full of elegant gardens, the Retiro is just a few steps east from the Prado. It was a royal property up to the end of 19th century, when it was open to the public. If you're visiting with little ones, paddling on the Grand Pond next to the monument of Alfonso XII is a fun option on a sunny afternoon. The iron and glass pavilion, built to house the Philippine exhibition in 1887, is magnificent and growing in the pond. In front of it are bald cypresses, strange swamp trees that turn a lovely golden brown in summer. The oldest tree in the city is close by. It is a Montezuma cypress planted in 1633 and ringed by an iron fence. See the Royal Palace. Built in the mid-1700s for King Philip V, the Royal Palace is on the site of Madrid's Moorish Alcazar Fortress Palace, which burned down in 1734. It is the largest royal palace in Western Europe and has a blend of Baroque and neoclassical styles. You have to go inside for the full experience because the royal collections and frescoes are sublime. There are works by Goya, Caravaggio, and Velázquez, as well as stunning displays of watches, tapestries, porcelain, and silverware. You can see the only string quartet of Stradivarius instruments in the world, in the royal armory that includes the personal weapons used by Charles V in the 16th century. A day at the National Archaeological Museum, with invaluable pieces gathered from across Spain. This museum is a trip through Spain's rich history. What may surprise you is the wealth of magnificent items that predate the Roman period. The best of these Iberian treasures and sculptures look almost new, despite being at least 2,500 years old. The Lady of Elche is a bust of a woman with an incredibly detailed headdress and coils over her ears. Much later but no less impressive is the Treasure of Guarazar, a Visigothic set of crosses and votive crowns dating to the 600s. Walk around Gran Via. If you'd like to get a sense of the city, a walk along Gran Via is a superb place to start. It is Madrid's entertainment, shopping, and cultural nerve center, a buzzing avenue often full of life until dawn. By day, it throngs with shoppers stopping by the many malls, high street stores like H&M and Zara, and luxury boutiques. In the evenings, there are couples arm in arm stepping out to the cinema or a musical. Plaza Mayor. Another of Madrid's musts, Plaza Mayor, is a handsome Renaissance square, laid out in the early 1600s, and completely sequestered by historic 3-story high residential buildings. There are 9 entrances to the square, and within the porticos at the bottom of the buildings are several cafes. Order a coffee at an outdoor table and watch Madrid in action for a few minutes. After that, you could wander up to 400-year-old bronze statue of King Philip III, who was in power at the height of the Spanish Empire. Get some churros at San Ginés. Perfect in winter, Spanish hot chocolate is one of the most luxurious things you'll ever taste. It can be so rich and thick you sometimes need a spoon to drink, and the perfect pairing is a sugary churro, which if you don't know is piped dough deep fried. Just off the Puerta del Sol, visit the Chocolateria San Ginés, which has been serving churros and hot chocolate since the 19th century and does it as well as any joint in the city. Tour Reina Sofia Museum. Round off your journey through Madrid's art collections with the third museum on the Golden Triangle. This museum focuses mainly on Spanish art and is more modern in scope than the others. The best reason to come is many works by the 20th century artists, Picasso and Dali. Just to show that isn't overkill, Picasso's epoch-making Guernica is on display. So it is an opportunity you really shouldn't miss. Haggle at El Rastro. On Sundays, it will seem like the entire city has descended on Ribera de Cortidores and Plaza de Cascoro. This is when some 3,500 stalls are open, hawking pretty much anything you can think of, whether used or new. It is the largest flea market in Madrid and gets pretty hectic, so it's always a good idea to show up early. Even though it's a Sunday, the antique shops on the streets branching off Ribera de Cortidores will be open. And there are also cafes if you're in need of a pick-me-up after wading through the crowds. Shop at Mercado San Miguel. An easy walk from Plaza Mayor is this gorgeous Art Nouveau marketplace that dates to 1916. It's less of a fresh produce market and more of a gastronomic destination to purchase the best that Spain has to offer, like cava, pimenton, and saffron. There's a host of tapas bars here, serving all the favorites like patatas bravas, gambas al ajillo, and boquerones, with a glass of beer, rioja, or vermouth. To do your food shopping like a real Madrileño, head to the vast Mercado de Maravillas in Cuatro Caminos. It is Europe's largest municipal market with 200 stalls.
Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this about your favorite cities around the world. Let us know in the comments which of the places from our list today you would like to visit the most.